Hello, I'm Samuel Yancey,
And I'm Xavier Boomershine.
and this is Sprint 4 Video 4, demo of the entire gameplay. So I'll go ahead and launch our game here. And when we launch it, it takes us to the intro screen that says Power Circuit. To power our circuit, we'll go ahead and press Start, which will take us to the first boss fight.
Upon entering the fight, you'll see that there is in fact one boss and one player. You can control the player by pressing A and D. A lets you go to the left, D lets you go to the right. And the player can shoot a ball in the direction they choose. The ball will ricochet off of the force field that the boss has around him, along with the walls and the ceiling.
You should tell the audience about our character's ability to look.
Yeah, the character will actually change its the direction it is facing in order to match where you're wanting to shoot. If you're wanting to shoot to the left, it looks to the left. If you're looking at the right, it looks to the right. And if you're looking straight forward, it looks forward. So shoot straight up at the ceiling.
Up at the
There we
ceiling,
go.
we'll ricochet like that. At the wall, we'll ricochet like that, and then can bounce off the wall again. And that also demonstrated the gravity of our ball. Our ball has weight, so that way if you shoot it at a really shallow angle, it'll eventually bring itself back down, so you don't have to wait for it to ping all the way up and then back down again.
Yep.
And then we have Charge Shot, which is a bigger, faster ball that's blue to show you that it's been charged. And our goal right now is to hit the boss on his exposed point that's out of his little force field, which would be the top of his head, and that will be his weak point that will kill him. I'll see if I can hit that right now.
And since this is the first boss, the boss is going to be very basic and simple, moving just left to right to better shoot bombs at the player and to avoid his shots. As you can see, it's not a very effective strategy. Next is the second boss. The second boss moves slightly faster, moves up and down in a zigzag to avoid letting the player hit his head and get closer to drop bombs, and shoots the bombs more frequently too while he's at it. He really does not like you.
He sure doesn't. I'll go ahead and try and take him down.
Oh.
And another thing we have to be careful is that if the bombs were to hit you, or their explosion radius that grows is to hit you, then we'll immediately lose and have to start over again.
Yeah.
There we go.
We don't want that.
That
As you can
displays
see,
his unique death.
Yep. Next is the final boss, and the final boss is much harder than the other two. The final boss moves in a zigzag similar to the first boss, drops bombs more frequently, but also randomly changes their direction in order to juke out the player's shot and make it harder for him to hit.
Oh, and then
Oh.
there we go. We just got hit.
Yep, the boss trapped Sam right in a barrage of bombs, and he couldn't get out.
So when you get hit, it takes you to the loser screen, says you lost, forces you to restart the game. And when you restart, you just have to go through all the bosses again. So it's a pretty punishing game where if you lose, better be prepared to try again. I'll beat the first boss, show his death animation. I'll try and beat the second boss real quick with a charge shot.
Luckily for us,
But
Sam
I
is
guess-
rather good at getting through these bosses quickly due to just
Don't
lava.
jinx me.
As I said, he's rather good.
Oh,
There we go.
No. All right, there we go. Shows
There we go.
unique death animation, and then take
Now
us to the
third-
final boss.
Um,
Okay, I'll see if I can beat him. As we said before, though, he's faster than the others. He'll randomly change direction to try and juke your shot, and he just shoots so much faster. And I will see if I can hit him on his head.
No. We're almost there.
Almost.
Yeah, again, he's meant to be much harder than the other two. As you can see, this randomized movement makes it very much harder to hit him, along with the fact that there's so many bombs just falling down on you all the time.
There's so many bombs that it can make it very challenging to retrieve your ball. There we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. We try this again. And I will try and speed run this as fast as I can to defeat the final boss.
And that boss is... Yeah, again, his underlings are a lot weaker than he is. The first one's quite easy and predictable. The second one's a little bit harder, but still pretty manageable. But the third one is... He'll get you if you're not careful.
I am being careful, and he's still getting me. There we go.
There we go.
His unique death animation. That took a very long time.
And as you can see, he's just slowly falling apart, and then you've defeated the 3 bosses and fried the circuit.
There we go. This is our victory screen. If you beat all 3 bosses, it'll take you to the Circuits Fried end screen. It'll show you the final frame of all the 3 bosses to show all the work you put into defeating them. And that is our entire gameplay.